on today's episode of Timeless Wisdom.
One of the funniest movies ever made in any language, on any planet, in any universe, Airplane. So who do we have in studio? This is really a special hour, folks. We have in studio the writers, the producers, the directors, the Zucker brothers, and Jim Abrams, who made this. I'll ask you the obvious. Does it seem like 30 years? Does it seem like 30 days? Does it seem like a century? I mean, you're sitting here. This put you guys in the center of Hollywood and the world.
That's coming up on Timeless Wisdom with Dennis Prager.
Precious metals dealers come and go. This is Nick Grovich, president of AmFed Coin and Bullion. We've stood the test of time since 1983. With the flurry of coin and bullion dealers coming and going, how do you know who to trust and what to buy? At AmFed Coin and Bullion, we value educated consumers. We want to alert you to good bullion buys in the market and help you steer clear of the tricks and bad deals. Call AmFed Coin and Bullion for a free coin performance review. 800-221-7694 or AmericanFederal.com.
Welcome to Timeless Wisdom with Dennis Prager. Hear thousands of hours of Dennis's lectures, courses, and classic radio programs. And to purchase Dennis Prager's Rational Bibles, go to DennisPrager.com.
You are listening to the best of the Dennis Prager Show.
Stand by for the most extraordinary chain of events ever swept up into high adventure. Never has the screen been so big.
You ever been in a cockpit before?
No, sir, I've never been up in a plane before.
Peter Graves.
You ever seen a grown man naked?
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
My name is Roger Murdoch. I'm an airline pilot.
Leslie Nielsen.
This woman has to be gotten to a hospital.
A hospital? What is it?
It's a big building with patients, but that's not important right now.
Lloyd Bridges.
Johnny, what can you make out of this?
This? Well, I could make a hat, or a brooch, or pterodactyl.
Robert Stack.
All right, Steve, let's face a few facts.
And we hope you enjoy the rest of your flight.
Julie Haggerty.
By the way, is there anyone on board who knows how to fly a plane?
Can you fly this plane and land it?
Robert Hayes.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
The most incredible adventure the screen has ever created. Airplane.
All right, I'm sure you're wondering, my friends, Dennis Prager here, why we opened the show with the trailer from exactly 30 years ago to one of the funniest movies ever made in any language, on any planet, in any universe, Airplane. And the reason is that it is indeed the 30th anniversary of what is considered a classic. There are not many film classics. Airplane is truly one of them, and there are almost no comedy classics. It's much easier, in my opinion, and we'll talk to the folks that I will introduce you to in just a moment. I think it's a lot easier in a film, in a screenplay, to make people cry than to make people laugh. It just is. You know, somebody's dying of cancer, and the kid is with the mother who's dying, and everybody cries. But to make people laugh, and to make people laugh for 30 years, that's an achievement. And by the way, it's a beautiful achievement because people do need to laugh. So who do we have in studio? This is really a special hour, folks. We have in studio the writers, the producers, the directors, the first grip, the second grip, the third grip. You guys did everything. I mean, really, I'm surprised anybody else is listed in the credits. We have the Zucker brothers and Jim Abrams who made this. It wasn't exactly your first film, correct? It was. Go on.
The first time we directed, but we had written a movie called Kentucky Fried.
That's right, Kentucky Fried Chicken. But this was
movie.
With you directing. I'm sorry, what was that?
Kentucky Fried Movie.
Oh, I said chicken?
There was no chicken.
Okay.
Yeah.
I knew Kentucky Fried Movie, but my brain went into automatic. It happens every so often, Bill. And so Jerry Zucker, David Zucker, Jim Abrams, this is huge. I'll ask you the obvious. Does it seem like 30 years? Does it seem like 30 days? Does it seem like a century? I mean, you're sitting here. This put you guys in the center of Hollywood and the world.
Why is everybody looking at me for this answer? It's like,
David Zucker.
All I know is that the traffic is much worse in L.A. today than it was 30 years ago. Because, it took the full, hour and 15 minutes to get here.
That's true. That is a difference.
But it just seems, the time flies, and it goes faster and faster once you get older. And, soon, one of us is going to have a grandchild for all we know, So we...
That's right. May you all be blessed with grandchildren. The movie is listed. You showed me, Alan. It was listed in the top 10 funniest ever made. I think it's in the top 3 funniest ever made.
You thought that there were 2 that were funnier?
No, not at all. It could be in the top 3 at number 1.
Okay, thank you. I just wanted to clarify
No.
that.
I know. No, that's very fair.
You're
That's
not a
very
Mel
fair.
Brooks fan, are you?
No, actually, no. The truth is, I'm not.
Okay.
That's a good point, and there many are. It's not my genre of humor. All right, another obvious question, then less obvious questions. What did you think would happen to Airplane? Did you think it would do okay? Were you overwhelmed by what happened, Jim?
Well, it took us 6 years to make Airplane. And during those whole 6 years, from the time we started writing it till it wound up in a movie theater, and when you worked that hard and that passionately, you're so devout about something, you believe in it. And so we absolutely believed in it, and would have been shocked if it hadn't been a hit, that it would have lasted for 30 years, and we'd be sitting in your studio with Dennis Prager 30 years later, reminiscing about what it was like. I don't think anybody had a clue that would happen.
Well, you deserve it. I'll tell you, it's really one of those classic, I won't say rags to riches. I don't know if you guys were in rags. But, you certainly weren't.
Good.
Where is that fair? Yeah.
Middle class to riches.
Middle class to riches. Are you all from Milwaukee?
Yep.
Yeah, from the same high school.
No kidding. That's very powerful.
Our fathers were actually business partners at one time.
Abrams and Zucker.
Yeah.
Right. And our sisters were college roommates.
And our mothers used to dance together at the Boom Boom Club in downtown Milwaukee.
No kidding.
Yeah,
that was kidding.
That was my next question.
That was kidding.
The last one was kidding.
Yeah.
The rest of it is actually true.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Now,
just in case Jim's mom is listening.
I want you to know that the thing that is so amazing about your film, one of the things, is that to this day, people will use lines from it. That's really what you call an achievement. I myself, I can't believe it, will say, "Don't call me Shirley." I can't. When somebody says, "Oh, Shirley, you're going to the park,"
yeah,
and.
I find this. I do the same thing, and it's more embarrassing because people ask me how I want my coffee, and it just comes out. I take it black like my men, and then I forget. Oh, wait a minute! I'm just quoting from this movie.
Were the actors cooperative and cracking up? Were there any problems? 30 years later, I think you could divulge this.
Not as much as you'd think. The business of making comedy is pretty much just that. It's a business. We live with the script for a year. Couple of years, and then you get it on set. You rehearse it a bunch of times. There's very little cracking up on the set. Really,
no, there wasn't really.
Not really.
Jerry, do you have outtakes?
My memory is a little different than David's, and I remember actually. We didn't improvise a lot. The movie was.
Oh, you didn't?
99% of the script of the film that you see is what was on the page. But I do remember laughing a lot. Watching. When we're watching it unfold, not after the 12th take, but I do remember laughing a lot and having just my recollection of it is that it was just a wonderful time making the film.
Now, I thought you meant like outtake kind of laughs.
No, I do both. In other words, where Leslie Nielsen would just crack up because he couldn't say the lines with a straight face.
That didn't happen much, but Jerry's correct.
We were laughing at our own jokes.
You were.
We laughed at But
that's good.
Part of the business of directing comedy is you do have to see it every take, and we watch the monitors which shows what the camera is seeing, and we have to laugh at the end of the tape, because if we don't, that means we haven't gotten it. We have to we have to approach it like we're seeing these lines for the
Folks,
first time.
if you'd like to speak, this is probably a unique opportunity. A classic film, and the three people responsible for it: writing, directing, producing, and everything else. Did you guys order the food as well? I mean, I'll
Fortunately not.
Oh.
Yeah.
1-8-Prager-776 and 877-243-7776. It's the 30th anniversary of one of the funniest films ever made. What I would be curious to know, I'd love to show this to a college audience today, because humor is almost always a culture bound. That's one thing about humor. It's very hard to transcend. I mean, nobody starts cracking up at A Midsummer Night's Dream or any of the comedies of Shakespeare. You know, you enjoy it, you smile, but the audiences then were rolling in the aisles, presumably. And have you tried this? Do you know how it would go today with college kids? Maybe some young people will call in. Yeah.
Yeah,
Jerry.
Well, actually, at the time, in order to edit the film, we screened it for college kids because in a normal recruited screening, nobody knew anything about it, and it was hard to get the right reaction. So that age was actually great. Now, the thing is, because of DVDs, they've all seen it since they were 11.
Oh, that's very.
And so you really don't find a college crowd who are seeing it for the first time.
Oh, that's terrific. I think it can.
Well, it would be better if we had a better percentage of the DVD revenues, but
I believe this transcends time. I do.
Well, we've been screening it. We've been screening it all summer at these 30-year anniversary celebrations.
Oh, you have,
and the audiences laugh, start to finish.
That's
so
great.
Still,
all right, back in a moment. 30th anniversary of Airplane.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
This episode of Timeless Wisdom will continue right after this.
Soldiers, you are about to embark upon the Great Crusade.
From Focus Features and the producers of Darkest Hour.
There are two major storms advancing towards the Normandy coast.
Experience the untold true story of D-Day.
If you invade tomorrow, they're going to be washed away.
An inspiring story of courage, sacrifice, and the mission that gave the free world hope.
We will accept nothing less than full victory.
Crusher, the untold true story of D-Day. Rated PG-13. May be inappropriate for children under 13. Only in theaters May 29th. Discovered at Dolby Cinema.
Now, back to more of Dennis Prager's Timeless Wisdom.
Flight 209er, you are cleared for takeoff.
Roger. Huh?
LA departure frequency 123.9er.
Roger. Huh? Request vector. Over. What?
Flight 209er, clear for vector 324.
We have clearance, Clarence.
Roger, Roger. What's our vector, Victor?
Tower radio clearance, over.
Clarence, over. Over.
Roger.
Huh?
Roger, over.
What?
Who?
I'm sitting here giggling like I had never seen this. It's the 30th anniversary of the classic film Airplane, and I have the everythings, the people who made it, wrote it, directed it, produced it here. The Zucker brothers, Jerry and David, and Jim Abrams. They've known each other since high school from Milwaukee. And I'm going to go to calls. I have a lot of my own questions, but people around the country have questions. All right, New York City, Jonathan, Dennis Prager, and everybody who made Airplane.
Hi, Zucker brothers. Hi, everybody. Abrams. I want to just wish you Mazel Tov on your 30th anniversary, and I want to tell you that your movie literally is one of the guiding lights in my life. Actually, in the office here, we have some fans, and we've literally gone through your videos. Sometimes in the morning, we'll turn it on and watch for a few minutes a day just to start the day. And I have a question for you that I've always wondered. I watched your movies back in the 80s when I was a little kid, and I always wondered, how did you manage to pull off a PG rating back in the 80s with some of those wild scenes going on there?
There was no PG-13 invented at that time. It was a new rate. I think Spielberg got that first PG-13 a couple of years later for some movie he did, but there was only PG, and then I think it went right to R.
Well, there was no, except for slapping the lady in that row, which I thought was one of the great moments of my life. The lady screamed. We'll talk about that in a moment. There was no nudity, right?
There was.
There was. How did you miss that, Dennis?
Yeah, that is painful.
If you turn away
I
for
would
1
forget
second.
that. Maybe I don't know. I had this jumbo popcorn. It was in the way.
It was utterly gratuitous. Too.
Yeah.
I mean, there was no reason for the nudity.
Oh, which is exactly true for almost all films.
But it got a laugh, so we left it in.
Oh, okay, I see. So that's why he. It is a bad sign that I don't remember that. It must have been brief. Was it brief?
It was very.
Tell
brief.
me it was brief. Okay, fine.
But brief but wonderful.
As were the auditions.
And it was my son's favorite part of the movie. I mean, when he was
at
3.
4.
At
I
three,
knew.
four,
I knew that was coming.
He wanted me to play it over and over. Yeah.
I'm sure he did.
He saw it as food.
How do 3 people? How do 3 people direct a movie?
Well, it's not really difficult. It's just the kind of thing we do
sometimes.
sometimes.
Do I? All right, I'm a straight man. I am an official straight man. That was very good. How many times did you guys do that? The truth. Was this the 8,004? Okay, fine.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to more films here. Let's go to Lake Balboa, California, and Gary. Hello, Gary. Dennis Prager and the Zuckers and Jim Abrams.
Hi, Dennis. Love your show.
Thank you. Me too.
This is one of my favorite all-time movies, and I've always wondered what the inspiration of the genesis for this idea was. It's just brilliant.
I think these guys survived an air crash. And what was the genesis?
What we used to do,
Jim Abrams,
for inspiration would be to leave a tape recorder on the television all night long to capture late-night commercials, because that's when all the cheapest, silliest stuff was on TV. And then we would do parodies of those commercials or TV shows. One morning we got to work and had captured a movie called 0 Hour, which was a 1957 melodrama written by Arthur Haley, starring Linda Darnell and Sterling Hayden and Dana Andrews. And it was the story of Airplane. And so we rewrote 0 Hour as a comedy and hung our jokes on their story using their characters, and that was where it came from.
So a real film inspired you?
An actual real movie, yes.
I would like to see that now.
Yeah, it's fun. It's excellent to see it now, especially in the wake of Airplane. And we have put together videos of intercutting 0 Hour scenes with our scenes. And
are those videos available? Are they publicly available?
On YouTube, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, they have zero. If you Google a 0 Hour in Airplane, type in 0 Hour Airplane, you may see people have done a side-by-side, a scene-by-scene comparison.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Right.
I bet they have. It's probably studied constantly.
Some of the lines we lifted completely intact.
No kidding.
Yeah. When Leslie Nielsen says, "Stewardess, I think you ought to know what our chances are. The lives of everyone on board depends on one thing: finding someone back there who not only can fly this plane, but who didn't have fish for dinner." And it gets a laugh.
But that really was in the original?
That was in the original. Said by the doctor in 0 Hour.
But he meant it seriously.
He meant it seriously, right.
It sounds like quite a film.
It's great.
It's worthy of parody.
In parts unintentionally hilarious.
Jerry, how are the first reviews?
The first reviews were, I think, pretty good but mixed. I mean, I think, Airplane...
Who panned it?
Pauline Kael.
They sure know that.
Yeah.
Was she New Yorker? Was she at the New Yorker?
Yeah.
But I found out later, when she saw it, she was sitting next to Woody Allen. And Woody Allen kept saying, "No, this is great. Don't you see? This is funny." And she says, "But there's no comedians in it." So she really didn't get it.
Well, when push comes to shove, I'd rather Woody Allen think it's funny than Pauline Kael. Right? I mean, if you had to really choose. But let's say other reviews, and so it's mixed. In other words,
yeah, it was, but I think it was probably 70% favorable. The thing about Airplane, it divided people in the sense that there's a certain kind of person that's their sense of humor. They really respond to that satire, right. And then there's a certain kind of mind that just didn't get that, didn't love that, didn't understand why everybody was just being straight and there weren't any silly, funny people in it.
In light of that, How did it do overseas? How culture bound is it?
Great. No, you know why? Because it was a satire on American movies, and they get American movies.
They shared
overseas.
the references, and also,
but they wouldn't know Roger, and looking for Clarence.
The puns had trouble translating.
Yeah, exactly.
But actually, we had an interesting experience because we had an opportunity to see it in Germany.
Yeah.
And
was it dubbed or subtitled?
It was dubbed. But when the scene came up with the black guys, the dubbed black guys, it got as big a laugh in Germany as it did in the United States. And
that
we were
is
confused
fascinating.
sitting in the audience why that could happen. And it was explained to us afterward that the black guys were dubbed in Bavarian.
Oh, which they don't get. Okay, back in a moment.
Subtitle.
I can't stand it anymore. I've got to get out of here. I've got to get out of here. Calm down. Get a hold of yourself.
Stewardess, please let me handle this.
I've got to get out of here.
Calm down. Now get back to your seat. I'll take care of this. Calm down. Get a hold of yourself.
Doctor, you're wanted on the phone. Everything's going to be all right. Please.
Sister, please, now handle this.
I've got to get out of here. Out of here. I've got to get out of here.
This episode of Timeless Wisdom will continue right after this.
Soldiers, you are about to embark upon the Great Crusade.
From Focus Features and the producers of Darkest Hour.
There are 2 major storms advancing towards the Normandy coast.
Experience the untold true story of D-Day.
If you invade tomorrow, they're going to be washed away.
An inspiring story of courage, sacrifice, and the mission that gave the free world hope.
We will accept nothing less than full victory.
Fresher, the untold true story of D-Day. Rated PG-13. May be inappropriate for children under 13. Only in theaters May 29th. Discovered at Dolby Cinema.
Now, back to more of Dennis Prager's Timeless Wisdom.
The red zone is for immediate loading and unloading of passengers only. There's no stopping in the white zone.
No, the white zone is for loading and unloading, and there is no stopping in the red zone.
The red zone has always been for loading and unloading. There's never stopping in a white zone.
Don't tell me which zone is for stopping and which zone is for loading.
Listen, Betty, don't start up with your white zone again.
I'm still laughing 30 years later. It's 30 years since one of the true classics, and that's the highest appellation you can give to any work of art, has appeared, and that is the film Airplane, and we have the Zucker brothers and Jim Abrams who wrote it, directed it, produced it, etc. By the way, I say produced it. Where did you get the money to do this? You guys were not rich. Where did you? How did you?
We took for years. We took it around to studios, and we kept rewriting it. And every studio in Hollywood turned it down until one guy saw it, the idea and the script and liked it, and that was Michael Eisner at Paramount. So we really owe him a lot.
Wow, that's fascinating. I'm glad I asked.
One guy, yeah. And he saw it somehow and had us in to meet. And I remember the first time we ever went to Paramount, we were just awestruck by the carpet.
Right.
It was really plush carpet.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah.
But, by the way, producers never put their own money into movies.
No, they raise money.
Very rarely. Yeah, they get either the studios or foreign financing.
And you got a studio, so through Paramount and
It's also very inexpensive.
And Paramount took the script and made it better. Yeah.
Why was it inexpensive? Because it was shot in one place?
Well, it was a bunch of people on a plane and the control tower, and all. We shot it in 7 weeks. It was a $3 million or $3.5 million
inexpensive
movie.
Cast, inexpensive. Everything about it was inexpensive.
Who casted it? Did you guys?
No, you hire a casting director.
You have a casting director, but we've
you
always
get veto power?
In movies. It's not just veto, but the movies, the directors make the decision. Although, obviously, the studio can say has veto power.
Who thought of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in the cockpit?
Kareem was actually a fallback position. We had originally written that part. We wanted to have a famous athlete play a part because to make fun of the whole notion that athletes are frequently given parts in movies and they really can't act. They're athletes. And so we originally wrote the part for Pete Rose.
Oh, really?
And that was before Pete Rose had been outed as Pete Rose. And but we filmed the movie during the summer, and so he was unavailable. He was playing baseball. So as a fallback position, we wrote the part for Kareem.
Did he enjoy doing it?
Not particularly, I don't think.
I think he actually did enjoy it. But the thing is, but he's not demonstrative. Kareem is a very low key guy, and so I think it's like hard to tell whether Kareem is happy or unhappy.
I understand.
But he said, I ran into him recently, actually, just a couple months ago, and he wants to act again more. You know what I mean?
30 years later, he responded.
Yeah,
I did like it.
And I've read interviews with him. He said Airplane changed his life.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The other thing that was kind of interesting is that at the time he didn't memorize his lines, so we had to give him cue cards. And recently, with all this 30 years later stuff coming out, somebody wrote, and at the time when you can see him reading cue cards in the movie, and we were upset because he didn't memorize his lines and had to use cue cards. 30 years later, in an article, we were given credit for being brilliant for exposing athletes who are not really actors by making him obviously read cue cards.
Oh, is that funny?
Yeah.
Oh, that's precious.
Yeah.
That is a precious story. Let's go to Minneapolis and Bill. Hello, Bill. Dennis Prager and the Airplane Gang.
Dennis, good morning to you. First of all, I'd like to say it's certainly an honor to talk to you and these gentlemen that gave us this American icon, and especially from the aviation community. We would just like to say thank you, thank you, thank you. It's we use these lines almost daily in the cockpit.
That's reassuring.
That scares me. Yeah.
Do we have Clarence?
And Dennis, someone will hand me a map, of course, and say, "What can you make of this?" And you make a pterodactyl. And I was telling your screener one time, we were sitting at the gate, and we were finished with our checklist, and we had briefed the takeoff and all the departure procedure. So it was just kind of a downtime, and I turned around, and there was a young boy standing next to me, which happens quite often. You know, they come and they visit the cockpit. And not seeing the mother in the cockpit door, I turned around and I said, "Oh, and who are you?" And he said, "Timmy," or whatever. And of course, without even thinking, I said, "Timmy, do you like gladiator movies?"
But my dad says you don't work hard enough on defense. And he says that lots of times you don't even run down court. And that you don't really try, except during the playoffs.
The hell I don't. Listen, kid, I've been hearing that ever since I was at UCLA. I'm out there busting my buns every night. Tell your old man to drag Walton and Lanier up and down the court for 48 minutes.
Joey, you like movies about gladiators?
You're listening to the Dennis Prager Show. It was an airline pilot, maybe one of the planes I will be flying or have flown, who speaks about how often pilots use the jargon and the funny lines from this great classic Airplane. And if you're just tuning in, shame on you because you missed so much fun here. That's why we have Pragertopia, by the way, so you can get every hour anytime you want at the giant price of $6 a month. And it's Pragertopia at the website, DennisPrager.com. Jerry Zucker, David Zucker, Jim Abrams, the folks who made this, they were in their early 30s when it was done. It's 30 years ago. It's not 30 years ago today, but it's 30 years ago. What was the opening date?
I think late July. I'm not sure.
It was late July. We often talk about how sort of the seas divided for Airplane. I mean, everything eventually just fell into place beautifully. And one of our worries at the time was, gosh, late July of 1980, we're going to be competing against the Summer Olympics. But what do you know? We boycotted the Summer Olympics, so there was no competition.
Yeah. Oh, how interesting.
Yeah. A lot of the early...
There are those who say that was the reason, not Afghanistan. It was to help. It was to help Airplane.
And so we've all been big Jimmy Carter fans.
Yeah, I know. I totally understand. Oh, so there finally is a reason to be a Jimmy Carter fan.
We found the one good thing he did.
See, there you go.
He's a hero.
He is a hero. Lori in Minneapolis. Hi, Dennis Prager and the Airplane Gang.
Hi, this question is for the Zucker brothers. Actually, it's just more of an anecdote. I also love your movie, Top Secret. But
Thank you.
I used to work with a woman who, her husband, I do believe he worked with you guys when he was in college. It was a summer job or maybe a school year job in Madison. Does that sound...
What was his name?
What's his name?
I'll just say his first name. I believe it's Bill.
Oh, Bill, of course.
And you guys were line cooks and he was a dishwasher. Does that sound right? I was told the story a long time ago, so I'm trying to remember the details. But
I was a
she
dishwasher.
basically just told me that.
Were you?
Yeah. In college.
All right. Lori, thank you so much. All right, you guys don't remember Bill. Don't give me a... Get out.
I remember a few Bills.
Come on, guys. I didn't start radio yesterday. You know Bill like I know Bill. My Uncle Bill. Thank you, Lori. Atlanta, Georgia. And Ben. Hello, Ben. Dennis Prager.
How you doing? I just want to thank you guys. Your movie was the first movie I took my wife to be. We went to see. And
did she laugh?
The movie opened up.
Wait, did she laugh?
Started with Above the Clouds.
Wait, Ben, did she laugh?
Yes. Excuse me?
Did she laugh?
She was hysterical. We had to go see it again because we missed so much.
Okay, then he did the right thing.
He got a second date out of it.
So that's it? You got a second date out of it, and you're thanking...
And I married her. It's going to be our 29th wedding anniversary next month.
Congratulations.
So you can be on this show next year.
You know, I think the three of you should go to Atlanta and celebrate with them.
Well,
that would be...
That movie started, and they showed Above the Clouds, and the Jaws music started playing, and the tail of that plane went by. I looked at my wife. I said, "That was worth the $5."
And she said, "That's all I'm worth." $5 for a movie. Yeah, that dates it. That absolutely does. All right, let's go to San Diego and Beck. Is that right, Beck?
Yeah, Beck.
Hi, Beck.
Hey, so look, I've been trying to track down these Zuckers for a long time because I'd like to put in a request for the refund of the 392 hours of my husband's life that he has lost watching this movie over and over again.
No kidding. And he's a pilot.
He's a military pilot and a private pilot. And, oh, my God, it doesn't matter if it's, if we have to get up at 3 a.m. the next day to do whatever. If that movie comes on, he's staying up and watching it.
I'm sorry, that might be a pre-existing condition. We can't take it.
I think you should sue the Zucker brothers and Jim. I do.
I think I should, too. Are they worth anything?
Well, the laughter tells you that the answer... What the answer? That's terrific.
I know the feeling.
I love the fact that all these pilots love the film. So that's a great sign.
Yeah.
But there's certain movies that you just, once you start watching them, you get sucked in.
Oh, well, that is one of them.
For me, it's Midway. You know the one with Charlton Heston? It's all about the battle of Midway.
Yeah. I didn't see it. Alan, you know it, right? Does that suck you in, Alan? No. Okay. Well, you get in.
It was panned by the critics. I mean, they said
that's panned by Alan. That's all I care about.
That's when the audience left, was Midway.
Yes. Okay, we have here, what is it? Okay.
So that mean the movie sucks? Anyway.
Phoenix and Christine. Hello, Christine.
Hello. How are you all, gentlemen? Thank you so much for such a wonderful film. I have to tell you, at the beginning of your hour, I watched this movie with my father, and the sound of him laughing is one of my favorite sounds in the world. And I called him to tell him you guys were on. He just retired, so he put you on as well. But my question was, how difficult was it to get June Cleaver to speak jive?
that was
explain that to the audience.
Jerry
Zucker.
We grew up on Leave It to Beaver, and for David and I, it was like that was our family, but we when we first wrote that stuff, we really didn't write those lines. We kind of wrote "mo chauffeur, in the script, and sort of when these African American guys would come in to audition, we'd apologize and just say that's the best 3 white Jewish guys from Milwaukee can do, but so these guys, Norm Gibbs and Al White, actually wrote this stuff then, and the actual jive, and they really helped Barbara Billingsley with it.
It's an incredible scene. Back in a moment, Dennis Prager and the Airplane creators.
Just hang loose, blood. She's gonna catch up on the rebound on the med side.
What it is, Big Mama? My mama didn't raise no dummies. I duck a rap.
Cut me some slack, Jack.
Say cutting the
Chump don't want to help. Chump don't get the help.
This episode of Timeless Wisdom will continue right after this.
Soldiers, you are about to embark upon the Great Crusade.
From Focus Features and the producers of Darkest Hour.
There are 2 major storms advancing towards the Normandy coast.
Experience the untold true story of D-Day.
If you invade tomorrow, they're going to be washed away.
An inspiring story of courage, sacrifice, and the mission that gave the free world hope.
We will accept nothing less than full victory.
Crusher, the untold true story of D-Day. Rated PG-13. May be inappropriate for children under 13. Only in theaters May 29th. Discovered at Dolby Cinema.
Now, back to more of Dennis Prager's Timeless Wisdom.
Like something to read?
Do you have anything light?
Oh. How about this leaflet, Famous Jewish Sports Legends?
You guys. I tell you, it's a little painful that the hour, this is the last segment of the hour. I'm having almost as much fun with the creators of the movie Airplane as I do. I'm stuttering here because I love it so much as I do watching the actual movie. We have the Zucker brothers and Jim Abrams, the creators of this epic. It's 30 years since it was made. Sharon in Los Angeles, Dennis Prager, and the creators of Airplane.
Hi, guys. Thanks for taking my call. I just wanted to share this. In 1983, I was a soldier back in Israel, and we were in the desert watching the movie Under the Open Sky at night as an entertainment for the soldier. I wanted to thank you guys. We had this very intimidating big guy officer, and when the point where the guitar was playing and the tubes were starting to fly out, and he just lost it. And he almost burst the steam. It was a great joy for all of us to see this very serious, intimidating guy act humanly.
Oh, that's a beautiful story. That's what you guys. That's what you
Laughter
guys do.
is a great equalizer.
Oh,
it's
it
interesting
is.
when you think
that's
about
why,
it.
No, that's why I salute you. That's exactly right. Let's go to San Diego and Ann. Ann, Dennis Prager and the creators of Airplane. Hello, Ann. Okay, and let's go to Minneapolis and Dean. Dean, hello. Dennis Prager and the Airplane creators. Hi.
Dennis, hi. Love your show, and I'm really having fun here.
Yep, me too.
Okay, I was on a first date as well when I first saw this, but it was not only a first date, a blind date. Like my friend's girlfriend's cousin was visiting from who knows where, and we decided to go to a movie. And I just remember spending at least half the movie bent over, looking down the row of seats at my friend with tears in my eyes. And your comment earlier about, some people get it, some people don't. To this day, I don't know if she got it or she didn't, but it was one of those where she didn't. I don't think she wanted to laugh, or she felt like she couldn't because she didn't know.
Well, all right, and he didn't marry her.
So
and
you didn't
guys,
end up marrying her.
That's right. You guys prevented a bad marriage.
That's good.
Yeah.
Listen, in all seriousness, on behalf of tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of people, thank you. Because to make people laugh, it's a tough life for everybody on earth. And you made people laugh, and you did for 30 years. May you have many more years of making great films.
Thank you.
Thank you all for coming in. I'm Dennis Prager.
It's like I picked the wrong week to quit smoking. It's like I picked the wrong week to quit drinking.
Tomorrow on Timeless Wisdom with Dennis Prager.
All right, Dennis, what's going to make me happy? And what's going to make me unhappy? Well, I'll answer that. All right? With all the chutzpah at my disposal, I will tell you what won't make you happy that you pursue, or if not you, of course, you collectively, not you individually, but you and me. I have to fight the same battles as many of you. None of us all have the identical battle, but I have battles. Otherwise, if I didn't have battles for happiness, I couldn't do this.
Join us tomorrow to hear more on Timeless Wisdom with Dennis Prager. This has been Timeless Wisdom with Dennis Prager. Visit DennisPrager.com for thousands of hours of Dennis's lectures, courses, and classic radio programs, and to purchase Dennis Prager's Rational Bibles.
We live in a time where the moment you question the narrative, you're told to stop thinking and start complying. That's why what Angel is doing matters. With eye-opening documentaries like Thank You, Dr. Fauci and RFK Legacy, Angel is willing to explore the issues others avoid. In a culture shaped by gatekeepers, Angel offers something rare, a platform for truth-seeking storytelling that isn't constrained by fear or conformity. Go to angel.com/Prager, join the Angel Guild, and watch these films today.